What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, I saw Timothy Bradley come out and call Tank a piece of SHIT in a fight. Was this a Fight Hub or Fight Hype he was doing an interview with? Y'all correct me on which one it was. I should have had that, which I should have had the correct YouTube platform, the name of the platform in front of me. But yeah, either Fight Hype or Fight Hub. He's calling Tank a piece of SHIT. How he want Ryan to knock Tank out and put him on his ass, and all of this and all of that, and how he don't respect no man putting his hands on no woman, and he think it's cowardly, you less of a man. He think it's clowned out, and just because it was poop on his toothbrushes, Tank got all his money to buy some more toothbrushes. He can buy a whole toothbrush company if he wants to. He got all that money. All that, man, I heard the stuff he was saying. He was in the background of the call. I don't respect it. I don't respect Tank. I'm not a fan of Tank. I'm not, right? Then try to say it's not personal. Tim Bradley says it's not personal. He says it's not personal, but the way he is a commentator, right? He's supposed to say, for the most part, strictly down the line, right? Because if he gets to call that fight, he got to say strictly down the line. But he's telling you, he rooting for Ryan Garcia. Without question, he want Ryan to stop Tank and knock Tank out. Knock his lights out, because Tank ain't SHIT. Y'all, this is nothing but personal. 1,000% personal. You can't convince me otherwise. Tim Bradley is mad that, Tank called him trash and clowned his boxing career, so on and so forth. Tim got wind of it, so Tim is pissed. So now Tank had an unfortunate situation. Now he's saying that he don't respect Tank for putting his hands on a woman. Even though Tank came out and said he never put his hands on a woman, he showed images of what the type of, I guess, the toxic relationship he has with his child's mother. The woman came and she dropped charges. She also said Tank never put hands on her himself, right? But Timothy Bradley chooses to believe otherwise. He believes that Tank did put his hands on that woman. And I think really he's fueled by a lot of these comments calling Tank a piece of SHIT. He's fueled by the fact that, yeah, again, he don't like what Tank said about his boxing career. Tank called him trash. Now, I would never call Timothy Bradley trash of a fighter. He wasn't trash. The man can fight. Tim did his thing. He was a good fighter, right? I don't know if Tim is Hall of Fame, especially when your greatest victory is one of the most controversial decisions in recent memory in boxing, right? But yeah, Tim is pissed off at Tank. He want Tank to get his ass whooped for calling him trash. I'll say this, right? I've never been the biggest Timothy Bradley fan, because I realize the brother is the ultimate company man. No matter what happens, he gonna side with his company. He gonna trash other fighters, call them scaredy cats, so on and so forth, and attack other fighters to protect and cover ESPN fighters, right? Top rank individuals. Oh my God. Now, through his relationship with Top Rank, his working relationship, he's developed a strong bond with Terrence Bud Crawford, and it's perfectly fine. Both him and Andre Ward. That's cool, right? But then he'll go on podcasts calling Errol Spence scary and all this and all of that, trashing Errol Spence's name, dragging his name through the mud. Then come out tanking SHIT and all this and all that, and he's a piece of you-know-what and all of that. And again, like, the brother's the ultimate company man by every standard, for the most part, for real, right? Again, I never really cared for Tim, but Tim is lying if he's talking about it ain't personal. It's 1,000% personal. And if Tim could put some money down on it, if he could, I don't know, if he could do magic and let Tank get knocked out in the first round, he would do it. If he could do voodoo, he would go find the voodoo lady to get Tank to get knocked out in the first round if he could, with everything in him. But yeah, I've never been a big fan of Tim Bradley, because Tim is the ultimate company man. First of all, on commentary, his voice is extremely grating to me. It really is, right? He's extremely grating, his voice is, right? And the third reason I don't like Tim, a big reason why I never really liked Tim. Tim came up and made his name in an era where Floyd Mayweather was dominating boxing. And Tim chose to play the good black man route, right? The good black man role. And I warn brothers about being the good black man in corporate America, right? You see, there are individuals in sports who get knocked down on the pedestal by mainstream media. They get trashed for having a personality that is outside of the norm, right? Having a personality as you're willing to wear the black hat, you're gonna talk braggadocious, you're gonna be flamboyant, you're gonna be a showman, you're gonna have a certain bravado, whatever, and that other people don't like. People feel like you should be humble at all times. Floyd Mayweather was denigrated for having that type of persona. Now, y'all know I call Floyd a raccoon on the regular. I used to call him that a lot because he was doing a lot of raccoon activity. But I never had a problem with his bravado in the ring and going to the ring and his bravado leading up to fights. Corporate America, mainstream America did though, right? And they made Floyd the villain. And Timothy Bradley saw that, and he dedicated his entire career to being the antithesis of Floyd Mayweather. He wanted to sell that he was the antithesis of Floyd Mayweather and Adrian Broner's. I'm the good black man. I don't wear the jury. I don't talk crazy. I don't go be boastful. I don't be cocky. I don't be arrogant. I don't talk with a foul mouth, or I don't use curse words. And he wanted to be the clean cut brother. And it's cool to be the clean cut brother, but he wanted to be the clean cut brother while at the same time denigrating the other brothers who wasn't like him. Right? And I don't respect black men that's like that. I remember when Sinbad, comedian Sinbad, and all prayers up to Sinbad, he recently had a stroke. Sinbad talked about how because he was a clean comic, how these other, higher ups in certain venues and certain production companies would always come up to him and say, hey, why everybody else can't be? I wish everybody else could be like you. Wish they could be like you. And he didn't take that as a compliment. He saw they were trying to lift him up while knocking other black folks down, right? They were trying to lift him up while knocking other black folks down. And he wasn't with that. He like, nah, you're not gonna have me playing a good black man role, the good black man role, the good Negro role to knock down other people who don't do exactly what I do. That's not okay. Tim was willing to sell out and be in that role like that, right? He wanted to be the antithesis of Floyd Mayweather so bad and sell that he was the good, hard-working, blue-collar black man, went and got Teddy Atlas in his corner so he can sell that I'm the good, hard-working, hard-nosed black man that don't see color. And I felt like he was coming. He didn't say he didn't see color ever, but it was feeling like that was the bravado, the aura he was trying to emit, right? He was trying to emit that aura. And, after doing all of that, trying to get white American fan base and a non-black fan bases to love him, because he wanted to take up the antithesis of Floyd Mayweather, that persona, to get the non-black fan bases to love and adore him and accept him. After he tried to do all that for years, when they said he robbed Manny Pacquiao, when they said it was the biggest robbery and Tim Bradley is a cheater, they were sending him death threats, clowning him out, saying he wasn't no champion, he was trash. He got the bullshit victory. They was leaving all type of denigrating messages on his social media, all that, right? All of that trying to kiss up to the non-black fan bases and trying to be the anti-Floyd Mayweather. They still didn't fuck with him anyway, right? So he learned his lesson and he fell on his face. Fell on his face so bad, I don't wish this on the brother. The brother was contemplating suicide. And that's not okay. I don't advocate for that. I don't think that's all right. And I'm sorry that he had to go through that. But again, it taught him a lesson. You tried to act like you was the ultimate company guy, the clean cut Hayek pal. I don't like black men that do that. Try to knock other people down to make their stars shine brighter. Like, you ain't got to dim my light for yours to be brighter to act, I'm not going to like Floyd Mayweather and them. I ain't none of them Negroes like them. I'm not like them Negroes over there. I'm hard-working, button-up Negro that come to work and I do the blue collar. I didn't like all of that. I didn't. Right? And so he felt the brunt of all of that when he got he got awarded a decision in what people feel like one of the biggest robberies of recent memory, right? And he was so hurt that people were clowning him, he went on a kamikaze mission against Ruslan Provodnikov, a brutal match to try to win the fan base over and get them in his corner. And Tim never won them over like he wanted to. Never did. So I like all that shit. I don't like all that shit. I don't really fuck with Tim like that. Denigrating anybody at the PBC except Deontay Wilder because he's scared of that Wilder smoke. For sure. He's scared of Deontay. And I know there's a big black man. And that man got the Thor's hammer on his fist. You're the only Tyson Fury has shown to be able to overcome a 6'9", almost 300-pound Goliath. Only he's been able to overcome that. I'm stuttering and stuff. But anyway, yeah, man, like, all that Tim saying about Tank is extremely personal. He pissed off Tank, called him trash, so he like, I'm gonna get Tank ass back. I'm gonna call him a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. He ain't nothing. Calling him a woman beater, trying to take the whole Floyd Mayweather angle on him. Out like, man, Tim out here mad as hell. He is upset because how dare Tank say something about him when he's supposed to be a Hall of Famer. Tim is borderline Hall of Famer, like, and all that. I don't think Tim Hall of Famer. He probably might get in though, but Tim was a solid fighter, solid champion, but he wasn't nah. You can put him in there. I don't know. Sean P might sneak in. Miss Sean P almost the same. Sean Porter, but nonetheless, Tim is pissed. It's personal.